Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TGC Talks. I am your host, Bhupendra Singh. Today, we will talk about one of the most powerful and least discussed decision in golf course development: tree species selection principle. Most golf courses do not struggle because they planted trees. They struggle because they planted the wrong trees in the wrong places for the wrong reasons. This episode is dedicated entirely to choosing the right trees, not for today, not for opening day photographs, but for the next 50 years. Let me begin with a simple observation. Saplings are deceptive. Many golf courses plant trees without studying canopy spread, studying root behavior, studying long term water demand, studying maintenance implications, and then 15 or 20 years later, greens lose sunlight, fairways narrow, drainage slows, turf recovery declines. At that point, everyone asks, what went wrong? Very often, nothing went wrong in maintenance. The mistake happened on the planting day. Species selection is not a landscaping decision, it is a long term infrastructure decision. Let's address one of the most common debates: native trees versus exotic trees. This topic is often discussed emotionally. Let's discuss it practically. Native species offer clear advantages. They are adapted to local climate. They often require less water. They are better integrated with local soils. They tend to have better pest resistance. But here's the important truth: not every native species is suitable for a golf course. Some native trees develop aggressive root systems, cast extremely dense shade, produce heavy leaf litter, trap humidity near turf. Planting such species near greens or tees can permanently stress turf. Now consider exotic species. Exotics may offer ornamental value, provide predictable canopy shapes, create specific visual effects, but they may also demand higher irrigation, lack local pest resistance, become invasive over time, increase maintenance burden. So the question should never be ideological. The right question is not, is this tree native or exotic? The right questions are, does this species support turf health? Does it align with local climate? Does it support strategy and playability? Can it be managed sustainably for the next 50 years? Function must always come before emotion. The invisible conflict, what we see above ground, is only half the story. Some of the most beautiful trees create the most destructive conflicts below ground. Different species develop very different root systems: deep tap roots, shallow lateral roots, surface creeping roots, high water extracting root networks. These roots compete with turf for moisture, disrupt soil structure, lift cart paths, damage drainage lines. A tree with the aggressive lateral roots near a green may never allow turf to fully recover, no matter how good maintenance is. When selecting species, we must study root depth, lateral spread radius, water extraction intensity, interaction with compacted soils. In golf courses, root behavior matters as much as canopy behavior. Not all shade is equal. Trees differ dramatically in canopy density, branch structure, leaf size, seasonal behavior. Some species create dense, low canopies, continuous shade, heavy humidity pockets. Others allow filtered sunlight, air movement, seasonal leaf drop. Morning sunlight is critical for turf health. It dries dew. It reduces disease pressure. It kickstarts photosynthesis. Trees with high open canopies often perform far better near play areas than dense evergreen species. The goal is not zero shade, the goal is manageable shade. Species selection must consider canopy height, branch angle, leaf density, seasonal light availability. Fast growing trees are tempting. They create instant impact. They fill empty spaces quickly. But fast growth often comes with weaker wood, higher storm damage risk, frequent pruning requirements, unpredictable structure. Slow growing species develop stronger wood, require less intervention, create predictable canopy behavior. Golf courses are long term institutions. Choose stability over speed. Tree species selection directly affects annual budgets. Some species shed leaves constantly, drop fruits or flowers, require frequent pruning, attract pests. Others remain relatively low maintenance for decades. A tree that looks affordable at planting may become expensive every year thereafter. Tree species selection is not just ecological, it is financial planning. Strategic placement still matters. Even the right species planted in the wrong place creates conflict. Maintain buffers from greens and tees. Avoid dense corridors on both sides of the fairways. Preserve airflow paths. Protect strategic shot options. Trees should enhance framing, decision making, whole identity. They should not suffocate play. Spacing matters more than quantity. Thinking 50 years ahead, a responsible golf course asks what will this tree look like in 50 years? Will it enhance the hole? Will it restrict strategy? Will it increase maintenance burden? Will it stress turf during extreme weather? Tree planting is not beautification, it is a course evolution planning. When selecting tree species for golf courses, evaluate climate suitability, root behavior, canopy, architecture, maintenance burden, strategic impact, legal compliance. Do not plant because space is empty. Plant because purpose is clear. Now, to keep you curious, let me leave you with few more questions. If a tree species selection shapes the next 50 years of play, are we giving it the seriousness it deserves? Especially in India, where we have world's largest microclimates, do we select trees based on what suits the region or carried away by what you have seen in the other golf course you played during your last travel? Think about it. Share your views in the comments. In the next episode of TGC Talks, we'll talk about trees for Indian golf courses and we'll try to figure out what kind of trees suit different climate zones of India and what you should keep in mind while selecting tree species for your region. Thank you for watching. I am Bhupendra Singh. This is TGC Talks. See you in the next episode.